Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I got another Stormgate video for you. We will be talking about one of our factions in the game called the Infernos and everything we know so far regarding their lore and what type of units we might see in the game according to some leaks and YouTube videos as well. And after going through a bunch of them, I present you with this video. So kick back, relax, and enjoy. The Infernals. They're one out of three so far that we know of factions in Stormgate. They have a fascinating background story that sets them apart from other factions and human vanguards. Thousands of years ago, they were present on Earth, and their existence became the foundation of demon myths for various human cultures. However, centuries ago, the Stormgates opened portals on the Infernals' homeworld, allowing them to invade Earth. The Infernal's use of magic was unfathomable to humans, which led to a near defeat of humanity. Although humans successfully defended their planet, the conflict left the planet in ruins. In the present day, the Infernals have not given up their quest to claim Earth as their own. And on a Stormgate Twitter page, there was a reference made that it's been 20 years since the opening of the Stormgates, and the Infernal Host motivation for invading Earth will be revealed over the course of the game's storyline that we're gonna get and probably gonna hear more about the closer we're gonna get to the release date. So what do we know about their playstyle so far? The Infernos are a swarm type faction and have a large variety of units that can be used in gameplay. The Infernos have a unique mechanics that allows them to sacrifice their units to gain more power. The Shroud is another key mechanic for the Infernos. It is a secondary health bar that fills up when a unit within the Shroud, giving them a buff. This makes early game harassment of the Infernos quite challenging. Infernal units build instantly, but each structure has only a set number of charges to build a unit at any given time. Also, a player can spawn multiple units simultaneously if they have held off unit construction for a sufficient period of time. Animus is a resource unique to the Infernos is also an essential part of the faction's gameplay. Unfortunately, right now, there's not a lot of information available to us regarding the Infernos building, so we're gonna just jump in right away into the units. And a lot of the stuff was kind of gathered from the wiki page and probably some of the YouTube videos as well, because I kind of had to put some of the names together since we don't actually have images and names of individual units. So we just kind of gonna a few of them we just gonna put together and guess based on the description what they are. The Infernos have a wide range of otherworldly creatures, including the battle thralls. These fearsome beings have a distinctive appearance with gray bodies and burning red eyes. Battle thralls are incredibly powerful, towering over the humans in both size and strength, and they are more than a match for even the most advanced mags. In fact, they can withstand a significant amount of firepower and are equipped with the 4 wings that give them incredible speed and agility in combat. Next, we got the Brood. The Brood is a 2-headed ogre-like creature, and at the player's command, it can rip itself down in the middle and cause 2 fiends to emerge that will attack nearby enemies. And according to the wiki page as well, the Brood can be upgraded so that this occurs automatically when it dies. Speaking of fiends, as we mentioned earlier, the fiends can be spawned from a Brood at the player's command or when they die. They will automatically attack nearby enemies and their health will be slowly going down as well as soon as they're spawned. However, you could increase their health and give them an extra pool of health by placing them in the Shroud, allowing them to get that white health that we mentioned earlier. Next, we got Dire Mastiff, or in the future might be known as Hellhound. Now, the original concept had more of a hyena-like face, but the developers felt that it wasn't quite alien enough. They wanted something that could possibly have not originated on Earth. They looked for ways to make it feel more in sync with Infernals. After some art, they landed on design featuring split jaws and gaping maw. This one actually kind of interesting. Next, we got air unit called Doombringer. Now, there's not a whole lot of information regarding this unit, but I believe I was able to spot it during one of the trailers. And according to the wiki, it says that the Doombringer is an air transport that creates a radius of shroud around it when it's deployed, though it has to touch the ground to do so. Now, remember, the shroud is that kind of like field or area that Infernos can put down that will give their units who standing in the shroud extra health, kind of like a buff. And we are not done with the flying units. Next one called Flayed Dragon. Now, who doesn't love a dragon, especially a demon looking dragon? The Flayed Dragon can be summoned after the player has collected enough animus, which is that unique resource that only available to the Infernals. It can inhale the infest effect from all nearby units affected by it, inflicting damage on the infested units and topping off the white health of his nearby allies, which can also be gained the white health from Shroud. Now we're gonna come back down to some ground units. And next up we have one of the basic units for the Infernos called Gaunts. They're basically just regular infantry, kind of like the riflemen that we've seen from the trailers for the Vanguards. They attack using glaive, which bounces across numerous enemies. They can be upgraded so that after using some of the Gaunt's health, their glaives temporarily spread and infest status effect to enemy units. Any unit that dies while infested spawns a fiend as well. So that's kind of pretty cool little debuff to the enemies, and also kind of like it gives you a free unit if they're infested and then die on the battlefield. So can't wait to see more about this unit. And now we probably have one of the most cutest infernal unit that we have in the game as far as we know. It's called Imp. Imp is the worker unit of the Infernal faction and the lowest of their kind. In addition to being able to gather resources, it has an ignite ability where it can cause damage against enemy structures and pretty much like explode on contact, from what I've seen in the trailers as well. Next, we got a bit of a heavier unit called Magmod. It can charge through most enemy ground units, pushing them out of the way and allowing it to get to the softer backline of the enemy army. Now, there's not a whole lot of information besides some screenshots and little clips in the game, so definitely can't wait to see what we can do with this unit in the game when it releases. Next, we have a Mist Reaper. Now, there's not a whole lot of information about Mist Reaper except some concept art. So I'm definitely going to put that up on the screen for you guys, and hopefully we can get more information closer we get to the release. One of the scouting units that we know for Inferno is called Shadowflyer. And they're basically like a bat-looking unit that has a giant eye for its head. So definitely curious to see what they can do in the game and how much we can utilize them to scout the map. Another flying unit that we have called Spriggan, and I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. So far we only have just a little bit of information and some concept art for this unit, but basically the Spriggan is an Infernal Host air unit that is capable of attacking ground targets. So that's all we know so far. Hopefully we'll get to see more in the trailers in the future and maybe even doing some beta testing. Another big unit that we have with the Inferno is called Weaver. Weaver is large, slow, and is able to see up smaller cliffs due to its height. It has an ability that drags enemy unit to the Weaver. So basically kind of like the harpoon ability that pulls the target towards it. So pretty neat, definitely interesting to see how people are going to utilize them in the game in the future. There are a few units that I kept from this list due to the not really having any information or concept art, but hopefully we can get more information on them in the future. Now we're definitely going to be updating this list when we come closer to the release. But besides the regular units, we got two hero units. At least that's what we think that they're going to be the heroes of this faction. One of them is Wars, which we've seen been revealed in the trailer during the Game Awards. and the other one is Dagon, which is like the dragon or demon looking thing that we've seen on the thumbnail of this video. And that's gonna be a wrap for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video, and tell me which unit do you like. Any particular unit that you think you're going to be using the most or looks very interesting to you, definitely let me know in the comments, and I will read them and I'll let you know which one is my favorite. Guys, it definitely helps me a lot if you like and subscribe to the video if you enjoyed it. Please share it with your friends, and yeah guys, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.